Hi, hello, and welcome to our channel, Mr. Biomedical. Before getting into a full video, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so that you'll not miss our upcoming videos. In today's video, we will learn how to troubleshoot and repair a hospital defibrillator step by step. A defibrillator is an important emergency medical device used to deliver electric shock during a cardiac arrest. Before starting any repair, wear safety gloves, switch off the device, follow hospital electrical safety procedure. Now, let's begin the inspection. First problem which we might face is device not powering on, which means the defibrillator is not turning on. First, check the power cable connection as given in the image. Make sure the cable is connected properly to the wall outlet. Next, check the hospital power socket. Inspect the cable for any damage. Verify the main power switch. Now open the rear fuse compartment carefully. You can see each and every step in the image. Now use multimeter to test the fuse continuity. If the fuse is blown, replace it with the correct rating fuse. Reconnect the power cable, switch on the machine. The defibrillator now starts working successfully. So, if the problem is not in the cable or the second problem which we might face is battery charging problem. The monitor shows low battery warning. Remove the battery carefully from the rear compartment. You can see that in an image. Check battery terminals, charging contacts, dust or corrosion. Clean the contacts using a dry lint-free cloth. You can see in that image he is cleaning it with a brush. Now test the charger voltage using a multimeter. You can see that in the image as well. If the battery is faulty, replace it with an approved hospital battery. Reconnect the battery. Charging inductor now works correctly. The next problem which we might face is paddle or electrode problem. Here you can see that as well in the image. The machine shows paddle connection error. Inspection what we should make is paddle cables, ECG lead wires, connector ports. Check for loose connection or a broken cable, bent connector pins. Replace damaged ECG lead wires. Apply conductivity gel properly on the paddles. Attach electrodes correctly to the patient stimulator. Now the connection warning disappears. The next problem which we might face, you might have guessed using the image itself, it's ECG signal noise problem. The ECG waveforms appears unstable and noisy. You can see in that first image it's very unstable and noisy. So for that you have to check all the ECG lead connections properly. You have to inspect the cables if is there any cuts or an internal wire damage. Reconnect the leads properly. Adjust the monitor gain and ECG settings. Replace if ECG cables is damaged. Now the ECG waveform becomes stable and clear. And the next problem which you might face is overheating problem. You can see that in that image it has given a overheating temperature warning. So what you have to do is switch off the machine safely, open the ventilation section of that machine, check the cooling fan, air vents, is there any dust buildup in that. Use air blower, anti-static brush, clean all the vents carefully. Verify the fan rotation and airflow is that properly rotating. After cleaning, restart the machine. Now the temperature warning will be removed. And now, so the next problem you might face is it's not a problem, but you have to do this properly. That is preventive maintenance. If you don't do preventive maintenance regularly, then you might face a problem. So, regular maintenance improve equipment reliability. So, what you should do now? You have to do that paddle cleaning regularly, regularly at and you have to inspect the electrodes. You have to check for the battery health, every time after usage, cable should be organized properly. You have to do energy output testing and calibration verification as well. Use a defibrillator analyzer to test shock energy accuracy. Record all the maintenance result in the service checklist. So next, what you have to do is the final testing. So in final testing, what you have to do is you have to check for the power on sequence and is the battery is charging, and ECG monitoring. You have to check for a paddle connection, shock delivery system and all. After checking, you can confirm that the defibrillator is now functioning correctly and it's ready for emergency use. So, proper troubleshooting and preventive maintenance help ensure patient safety and reliable equipment performance. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel and please let us know what troubleshooting video you want next.